Yo, what's up, everybody? Orlando's having power problems. Uh-oh. Fortunately for us, no power problems over here that we know of, at least. I'm watching the end of this Baylor-Houston game at the moment, right before we tip off. And it's about a 1-point game now with this goaltend here at the going in late. It's been rather entertaining. I watched it while I was having my breakfast. Because it is very early here on the West Coast, still 11 o'clock. I'm curious what Baylor does here down a I guess you end up having to foul Houston. And it's a 1-1. Captain Kinnican, welcome in. Chris Hand as well. Welcome in, everybody. I think our game will tip off here in the span of in the next 2 or 3 minutes. We'll jump to it here in a second. But I'm very curious to see. I really want to know what happens at the end of this Houston-Baylor game. What you've got up on the screen right now is the box score from the previous game. That was a Duke win, 77-69. The first of the two meetings between these two teams, between what is now two of the top three offensive teams in the ACC. Tonight's game should be quite explosive, especially because now the roles are reversed and we are at Wake Forest. The interesting takeaways from the game at Cameron: one, you see Tyrese Proctor there had 0 points. That was the game that he actually ended up being concussed in the middle of that game. He ended up missing ensuing games, came back to play the other day in Miami. Nicholas, welcome in as well. Happy Saturday to you. And so he had 0 points. Only 5 Blue Devils scored at all in that particular game. You saw Mark Mitchell with 23, Filipowski there with 21, McCain with 17, who has been... Oh, Kenneket. Okay. Kenneket or Kennekeet? I guess it's Keat because it's 2 E's, right? Kennekeet. Kennekeet. If that is, let me know if that's right or wrong. The front part makes sense. Kennekeet, I think, because of the 2 E's. But McCain has been absolutely sensational over the last over the last 18 games, where Duke is 16-18. McCain has led the team in average points, averaging 16.5 points per game over that span. Of course, he had the huge outburst against Florida State, the 35-point win there. The other interesting thing you'll notice in the game cast is the game has yet to tip off. Here is this Baylor-Houston one goes down to the wire. Wake is currently favored by 2.5 points, which would technically make Duke the underdog. However, everybody here in this channel should understand that Duke is never an underdog. So whatever the betting line says here at Wake minus 2.5, you have the 8th ranked team in the country going to play an unranked ACC on the road. It doesn't really make much sense, although we sort of understand that on paper this game should be very competitive. Just like the Virginia game against Carolina coming up after our game. You have all 4 of the top ACC teams in action this Saturday, one right after the other. It is effectively an ACC semifinal right now that we have about 3 weeks before the actual ACC tournament is set to tip off. And that means we only have about a month until we get to March Madness, which is exciting. But in any case... So Chris is saying that where he lives, there's a student who plays at this particular high school, and they won a mid-state 2A title last night. Very nice. Their star player says that he's going to Duke. I like that. Was that for no, that can't be football. I wonder if it's basketball. And Nicholas has got the Bang energy drink going at the moment. And then Houston goes 1 of 2 at the line. And so 69-67, Baylor does have 2 timeouts if they want it. I don't think Scott Drew's going to take it. They're going to get it down. That's an and 1. Oh my goodness, they're going to call a foul at the last second. That is insane. Now I actually have to flip over because this game might go long. Where's our game? Starting soon. Oh, well, the Syracuse-Notre Dame game is down to the wire, too, apparently. That's a 3-point game at the Carrier Dome. You got a bunch of close games Yeah, the Baylor game is tied. I've got that one on my right monitor. I've got Notre Dame Syracuse on my left monitor. And we're going to be coming up here in a second. As Syracuse ends up missing the 1-1 there, so Notre Dame does have a chance to take a 3 and tie. Oh, they don't quite get it. To tap out to Syracuse, that's going to end it. Syracuse is going to go ahead and take that one in the battle of mid-level ACC teams, it appears. I don't think if you're Notre Dame, oh, yeah, you might have needed that. Oh, my goodness. Baylor missed the free throw. This is going to overtime unless we have a crazy shot from that's good if it goes! Oh, what? Houston! What? Oh, but you gotta stop ball here, man! You can't let her get this off! Oh, no. It's no good. It's still in his hand at 0. He misses it by the 10th of a second. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. It is off by about a 10th of a second. It is. All right. Apparently we are underway here in Wake Forest, and it's live on the ESPN app. So, okay, we're going to switch over. We got to switch. Yeah, it was an amazing shot. That is, wow. It's like, it's only February 24th, but boy, it may as well be March at this point. All right, where's our game? ESPN app. Huh? Where's our game? Come on. Okay. This is lame. Thanks, ESPN, for absolutely nothing. Can we, Nope, I don't need women's lacrosse. I need Wake Forest. There you go. Thank you. Okay. All right. We're gonna put that game down for a second as we get back to the real deal. As we're underway here at Wake Forest, and McCain is gonna shoot from 3. He wasn't as good in the game against Miami. Of course, if you he couldn't quite follow up the 35-point performance, but that's okay. We will forgive him for that. Jeremy Roach made up for it there with his 4 3-pointers the other day against Miami. And Wake Forest is going to draw first blood here. And it's going to go 2-0. I guess the score is 2-2. The ESPN stream is like way behind. And that's Salas, who had 22 points in the first meeting. He got his points for sure. As we get Roach going into the paint. Roach, nice little move, splitting about 3 Wake Forest defenders there, getting to the rim with his right hand. So 2-2 here. I must say this game does have the feel of like definitely going to go down to the wire. I was seeing a lot of clips from that Luke Kennard game from a while back. I was at that game actually. That was quite a crazy one. As that is, Hunter Salas gets another 2, so he's got 4. Keon, welcome in. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy ACC Saturday. I got a full slate of games. So we get the screen by Flip and the roll, although Roach is being guarded by 2 Wake Forest. The defenders at the double team. Filipowski's got to put up a mid-range shot. Wow. He is actually, this is the second time in 2 games Filipowski has hit this fadeaway mid-range jump shot. I have to say, I don't really like the shot, but as long as he keeps hitting it, I guess I don't have a problem with it. Your Saturday is around your power staying on. Well, that is kind of one of those bare needs, right? As Reed connects there for 2 off the alley-oop. Wasn't quite a slam dunk, but Reed, interestingly enough, so one thing to keep an eye on, and a big differentiator in what may make a difference in this game versus the first game is the Wake Forest foul trouble. Filipowski going to take 3, in and out. Okay, that's one of his 3 of the allowance there. In the first game that we played in Cameron, both Efton Reed and Andrew Carr fouled out of that game for Wake Forest. And Efton Reed, number 4, one of their centers here, was actually on the bench within several minutes of he picked up 2 fouls really early in the first half and then picked up another 2 fouls really early in the second. He barely played any minutes at all in that particular game. I think that really affected the game plan for Wake Forest. If he can stay on the floor, I think we might see a bit of a difference here, especially in the paint. So that's definitely one thing to keep an eye on as we go through the game here this afternoon. As Roach with the mid-range jump shot, not quite, and Filipowski can't corral a rebound, and Salas is out in transition here, and that's going to be a foul there on Roach to stop the play. As we finally catch a breath here, as we go 6-4. I got lucky last night. I got to watch the 2011 ACC title game versus UNC. 2011. That was the year after the national championship. Yeah. All right, so have we moved over properly to the have we moved beyond the Notre Dame Syracuse game here? Let's see. I think we have. Join live. There we go. All right. Oh man. All right, I kept looking for the option in the streaming thing to disable hardware acceleration, and I finally found it. I couldn't find it the entirety of the first thing. I think that was what's messing up the not being able to do the replays. But okay, there we go. Timothy, welcome in. Happy Saturday. All right, so here's what we got. We got 6-4 here in the early going between these two teams. And basically what I was reading earlier today from the bracketologists, the bracket experts, is that Wake Forest needs to win this game to play itself into the tournament, which seems obvious. So there's definitely look, we have played an exceptional stretch of basketball here. Our guys have. I have to say, we have to be very proud of this team because it was sort of tepid there for a while. We're complaining about it. This team doesn't have killer instinct. It's not really showing us a lot of effort. Filipowski was kind of in a slump, and the body language during the games wasn't good. And then, we had the UNC game. And despite the loss in the UNC game, we seemingly turned things around because we played extremely well. And we've played extremely well since then. And so, this latest stretch here, I think this is we're starting to see the Duke team that we thought that this team was going to be from the start of the year. Now, you need to actually put an emphasis on this and be able to go into a very hostile environment here in Wake Forest and put this Wake Forest team in its place. Okay, so this is by far, I think, the most important game of this 3-game road stretch. We also said that we weren't sure. We thought this team we would probably go 2 out of 3. As far as these road games. And we weren't sure which one that one loss was going to be. Clearly it wasn't Florida State, and clearly it wasn't Miami, as Fredrickson gets fouled there. As Miami was kind of hobbled, and they weren't at full strength anyway. But so here we've got the I mean, this one could be it, right? This is if we're gonna lose a game on this road trip, it's this one, and I think everybody kind of expects that. So, but we got to rise above that. This team could definitely do it. A win today would be incredible for the confidence, I would think. As Fredrickson gets one, and now Roach has to go to the bench with 2 fouls. So, kind of flip the foul trouble around here as Fredrickson only gets 1 of 2. We do have Proctor back in the game. We do need a big game out of Proctor here today. I think that would be. We get Proctor like 3 threes from Proctor. Oh, nice passing by Ryan Young down low to Filipowski. Get back outside. McCain over to Proctor, over to Foster. Caleb Foster for 3. That shot looks good. Yes. Caleb Foster. We've had some really nice contributions from Foster here against Miami, just flipping the box scores real quick. I mean, he had 11 points in that particular game. He had some key shots, so I think his confidence is also growing. We'd like to see him as this like 6th man off the bench, although he was starting in a few games with Proctor out, as that's Salas gets another one, so he's got 6 so far, averaging 18 points per game. But of course Duke is in the building, so he's probably going to go for 25. As Filipowski's going to square up from 3. No, he's going to give it to Proctor to go from 3, and Proctor drills that one from 3. The 3-point shooting for the Blue Devils, that might be one of the biggest turnarounds of the season, honestly. Like, we finally have become a good 3-point shooting team. And, like, the eye test would tell you as much, right? Like, McCain going 8 for 9 that one day against Florida State. Then Roach going in as Ryan Young's going to pick up a silly foul here. And then Roach hitting 4 of them against Miami. And then you got a bunch of role players that can also hit 3-pointers. So Duke has finally found the 3-point shot, which we should all be very thankful of. It's a big sigh of relief there. So 1 foul for Ryan Young. It's 3 fouls for Duke and none for Wake Forest. And this is Fredrickson for 3 again, and he's going to rim out as Filipowski brings down the rebound. McKay's going to try to go coast to coast with this one, and he's going to dribble himself into trouble as Ryan Young is going to hit the deck, and the possession arrow actually that is supposed to be Duke there, and so we'll avoid the turnover. I think McCain just wanted to, probably should have just gone up at the free throw line and taken the mid-range jump shot, but he wanted to get all the way to the basket. I don't mind the aggressiveness there by McCain, but he did that was almost a turnover. And so the possession arrow will flip around and give it to Wake on the next held ball. Proctor to Filipowski, and Filipowski looking for opportunity. Duke has hit 2 3-pointers, 1 from Proctor, 1 from Foster. Nice no-look pass there from Proctor. Here's Foster again, opposite corner. The 3-pointer is short. Salas with the rebound, and he's going in transition all the way. Filipowski denies him, has to go baseline. He touches the baseline, turnover. Good D in transition by the Blue Devils. That's the kind of effort, I mean, that I think has been very different from Duke here in the last couple of games. Like getting back in transition, not letting Salas go directly to the rim. Even the big guys are getting back in transition as Flip hits the bench for a second. Probably going to take a breath until the under 12 timeout. We're at 13:23 right now in the game. Still 10-9, probably not as high scoring as we thought it was going to be at the moment. These two teams are kind of playing themselves defensively. Anybody else have watching the get really weird, lose kind of the vision because of the wood on the Wake Forest court? It's completely, it doesn't go in one direction, right? All the ones going, it's the planks go horizontal and then they go vertical and then they go horizontal and then they go vertical. And I'm like, why? That should be out on Wake, man. That should be out on Wake. Give it to Duke. McCain has also hit a 3-pointer there on the previous possession, so that's 3 straight 3-pointers, 9 straight points for Duke as the 3-point shooting is once again hot here at Wake Forest. I would have said something about the McCain 3, but I'm so distracted by the Wake Forest court as Ryan Young sets an offensive moving screen, and we give it right back. 2 fouls for Young. We might see some Sean Stewart here in a second. Salas being guarded by Proctor. Has to give it up. Nicely done. Let's see what kind of defense Proctor can bring on Salas here. And Wake Forest does try to get the ball inside, but it is well defended. And off the foot of Caleb Foster there as Wake Forest will inbound from the baseline. What ended up happening with the Baylor Houston game, by the way? We'll check on that when we hit the timeout. Monsanto from deep. No, that's short. Foster down with the rebound there. So you had 3 Blue Devils in position to pick that one up and close out the defensive possession. Ryan Young going to give it to McCain. McCain is going to look for opportunity. McCain with the floater. McCain not quite. Young going up with it. He gets fouled. Young got fouled on the rebounding action. Interestingly, Ryan Young had a great game against Miami. Most rebounds in his Duke career in that game. Actually, yeah, this Wake Forest 14-0 at home. What a terrible stat to run into. They're about to be 14-1, and the one loss is going to be to Duke. Ryan Young makes the first and the second here, and so very quietly, Duke has managed to open a 15-9 lead on the Deacons. So this is looking good so far, defensively and offensively. And you know what? We don't even have Filipowski on the floor. We don't even have Roach on the floor at the moment. It's Proctor, McCain, Foster, Young, and Mitchell. Mitchell's still quiet, hasn't made a bucket so far, averaging about 14 over the last several games. Good interior passing there by Wake Forest as Matthew Marsh is going to connect for 2 on the big slam. Assist to Boopy Miller. And finally, Wake Forest breaks the little scoring drought. Mitchell going to put it on the deck, almost gets it stripped, gets it outside to McCain. McCain himself going in, and now Foster. Now back out to McCain. Nice little ball reversal there as McCain's going to go right and put up, offensive power to Ryan Young off the miss. And why do we stop? We stopped the play on a Duke three-pointer that we hit, and because they didn't reset the shot clock. Oh my God. Well, the refs just took a three-pointer off the board for us, so that's cool. Okay. All right, we'll just play on like nothing happened. Okay. Sure, why not? That's the wrong... I did not mean to go there. Is this Baylor game still going? No. No, it finally ended. All right, who won? Oh, it's still going. It's overtime. CBS. It is still going. It's Houston by 3 at the moment. Okay. Where's my CBS here? This one. Oh, no. Well, they switched over to Washington, Arizona. Okay. I guess it has, ended. Even though it says OT. I don't know. I can't. I don't have access to the game anymore. Yeah, it looks like it is over. 80-74. So Houston ends up winning that one. What a tough game. The conference is crazy, man. It's like every time the other night I was at the gym and they were playing a game. It was like BYU. I think it was like BYU Baylor or something. And I was like, why are BYU and Baylor playing? like, it feels like everybody's in the Big 12 at this point. Like, obviously, the ACC teams. Like, nothing's really changing there. And then obviously, like, the Big 12, the Big 10 teams have been expanding, and then the SEC teams. So it seems like between the SEC and the ACC, like those are like pretty consistent. But then obviously, like the Pac-12 is basically like gone, and like you're just like, well, I guess everybody ended up in the Big 12, so like they just now all play each other. It's so bizarre. Nick saying that he's at his dad's house and got a puppy like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Oh man, right now my puppy is fast asleep under the desk. He's like 8 to 9 weeks old. That's, yeah, 8 weeks is when they come home. That is, it's like you're taking care of a little kid right there. That is tough. I remember that time well, but I do not want to relive it. I don't know if I'll do a puppy again. I might do like adopt like a 1.5 or a 2-year-old dog or something for my next one. But man, the puppies are so hard. All right, folks. So what do we think? This Carolina-Virginia game, does Virginia hold Carolina to like 50 points, or does Virginia hold itself to like 50 points and just like never score? Which of these two things happen? It's either going to be the it's like Virginia used its own strategy against itself, and it didn't score at all. Filipowski will come back in right now with no fouls, so good there. Rather, a bit more balanced scoring from the team this time around. We've got McCain with 3, Foster with 3, Roach with 2, Proctor with 3, Young with 2, Filipowski with 2. So you only had 5 Duke scorers there in the first one. You've got 6 already here in the first 10 minutes of action as McCain inbounds to Mitchell, and then the little give back there. Virginia is the most confusing team in the ACC right now. I completely agree. As McCain there. No, sorry, that was Proctor there with the right hand. And he gets right to the rim, and he's got 5. Like I said before, a big game from Proctor is really what we need today. He's been kind of quiet over these last couple games, and then he had the concussion. Would be amazing to see Proctor go for like 12 points, 12 to 15 points today as we hedge Salas really far out into midcourt. Great defense here from Foster, but better offense from Wake Forest as I think that's Boopy Miller. Yep, that'll be 2 points for Miller as Wake Forest closes to 4. I love dogs too, Nick. I just think they're a lot of work. You got to know what you're signing up for. But now, like once they're like 1.5 years, 2 years old, it's perfect. They're great. They just turn into like real dogs. They kind of walk around the house and, play with their toys and chew on a bone and then sleep and come and cuddle with you, and it's great. But when they're puppies, they're like bouncing off the walls all the time. Filipowski aggressive there, went to the rim, got 2 more as Boopy Miller goes left. He's going to jack 3. Oh. Whoo, okay. Alrighty, so that's a 3-pointer there as Wake Forest closes the lead to... Oh, sorry, that's Kevin. Yeah, Kevin Miller. Or Boopy Miller, I guess he is in the official score. We can change it either way. Filipowski should be wide open. 1 dribble, get up. Oh, nice. 2 more there for Filipowski. Good find by Mitchell. Yeah, we'll change it to Kevin. There we go. I guess the official scorecard there. So we won't get confused. Here's Reed trying to set a screen at the top of the key. He does get set. There's a little pick and roll action. Give him going. This is Salas for 3, and that looks good. Yeah. Actually, Wake Forest just pulled a bit of a Duke play, honestly, with a high pick and roll. And Duke did not respond well defensively right there. That is... Carson, how do you go to Duke, UNC, and Virginia? Is Filipowski going to take 3? The shot looked good, but that's the second out of his 3-point allowance. So he's burned 2 of them and missed them both. Miller for 3 again. Oh my God. All right, so Wake Forest responds with 3 straight 3-pointers. They haven't missed in Harvard for law school, but that never matters for basketball. Let's go to Proctor over here and go to Mitchell. Wake Forest in a bit of a run. They've hit their last 5, and they've got what's a little, I guess, 14-point run. Foster responds there. Quiets the crowd as Duke retakes the lead, 23-22. We knew this was going to be back and forth the whole way. Buckle up, folks. I really don't think there's going to be much separation as another three-pointer. Finally, Wake Forest misses. And that was the heat check. McCain almost dribbles himself into a turnover. Has to get it to Mitchell. Mitchell, nice! And one, actually! And one as Friedrichsen fouls Mitchell. McCain, great little pass down low. Mitchell just comes up. I mean, Wake Forest basically triple team McCain, so somebody's got to be open. I don't know if Wake Forest still does this, but back in the day, it was one of the only venues that I was actually sold alcohol to students. In fact, we found it very interesting when my buddies and I went to Wake Forest and like for the away trip, like this little road trip for us, which is like 90 minutes or whatever from Duke. We were shocked because in Cameron, you can't buy beer in Cameron, but apparently you can at Wake Forest. Come on, Foster, you gotta get it up there. Oh, it's a shot clock violation off the offensive board. And we've hit the under 8 timeout. Duke by 3 right now. But yeah, I don't know if they still do that. Or maybe they got rid of it. It made for some very obnoxious Wake Forest fans. But we ended up winning the game anyway, so it was great. Which is probably why they were even more obnoxious. Because they lost. I'm missing some fouls here on Wake Forest. We've gone to the free throw line a couple times now. Let me double check this. Split box, please. Personal fouls. 1, 2, Monsanto. There we go. It's 2 fouls for Wake. I got it right there. You can't buy beer at Cameron, right? That's why we found it so interesting. That's why we were like, wait, what? Because we're so used to going to Cameron all the time. And, yeah. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I've been to a couple other ones. I've been to the Watsco Center in Miami, too. But I wasn't paying enough attention whether or not you could actually or not. Now I'm sort of questioning it. As I'm pouring my drink, no, we did not engage in any of these drinks ourselves. We were there at the good graces of the Duke ticket office because we were managing student game operations that season, right? So like, we had to like, represent respectfully. Can't like, you can't be like. Get tickets to the game from like your friends at the Duke ticket office that you've been working with all season, and then like show up and like make a scene at like at an away game, and then expect to come home and be like, go to the meeting the next morning and be like, what were you guys doing? Like, it doesn't work. We had to make sure that we would like get tickets again. Oh, that's right, Carson. You had the Robertson program. That's right. And the Masters at Finance. Oh my goodness, at UVA. Oh man. So which one? Okay, but so between Durham, Chapel Hill, and Charlottesville, all 3 are actually very nice campuses. Like. Objectively, they're all very, very nice campuses. Which one do you think is still sort of the best campus? I guess. Which would you think? I've not been to Charlottesville, but I have. I've seen. Obviously, I have a cousin that went to to UVA. Obviously, it seems like a very nice place. Nick is eating the Quest protein chips. I never actually had those. I had a bunch of Quest protein bars. Those were all very good. But that does, Nicholas, that does seem like a better option than the candy, even if the candy is sugar-free. All right, so Kevin Miller bringing it up here, number 0 for Wake Forest, as Wake has gone on a bit of a three-point shooting spree. Duke still leads 25-22, 7:25 here in the game. The ball right now in the hands of Andrew Carr. We've got another foul, as Filipowski is going to get charged with an off-the-ball foul. So, look, we said the foul situation was going to be a bit different. Could be a bit different based on the home court advantage this time around. Right now, Duke has accumulated 5 fouls and Wake only 2. And again, Efton Reed and Andrew Carr have no fouls, and that was the huge difference. It's been a big difference. They both had 5. They both fouled out of the game in the first meeting. So, yeah. I thought Carr was about to lose it here. Here's Reed as Reed turns around and puts it in. Bailing out Carr, who almost lost the ball there. I'm about to eat my barbecue sandwich for lunch, and people are talking protein. Look, man, the barbecue sandwich has got to have a lot of protein in it, whether it's chicken or pork or brisket. That's protein. Oh my gosh, Mitchell gets fouled on the way up. He misses the dunk as a result. And Carr is going to get called for that one. Let's be real, man. That barbecue, there's protein there. I don't know about the sides, unless though. So you can have healthy sides for barbecue too. The sweet potato yams are a great choice. Although they could have a bunch of brown sugar over them, which makes them less of a great choice. But still, if you moderate that piece, the candied yams are fantastic. Crush chips have 19 grams of, yeah, they do. Oh man, as Mitchell misses the first of the free throws. Wake Forest, coincidentally, best in the ACC in free throw shooting at 80.5%, number 3 overall in the country. Duke, not as good. Not as good. Unless our guards are taking the free throws, although Mitchell goes 1 of 2 here, so at least he gets that. 26-24, Duke's still ahead. It feels a little bizarre to just call out the score at this point in the game, because unless Wake Forest really starts to pull away, it's just going to be close the entire way. We might just it's 26-24 right now, but it probably doesn't matter, because in the last 4 minutes of the game, it might as well be 66-64, right? Or just add 40 points to the score right now. 5 seconds to go for Wake Forest after some really good Duke defense, and Carr is going to go from deep. Well defended here by the Blue Devils on that possession as Proctor. Oh, actually, Salas kind of gets himself out of the play. Are we going to have a charge? We are, as Mark Mitchell gets called for the charge. Was he in the restricted area, though? I want to see the replay here. Is he in the restricted arc? No, he's not, actually. He's, damn. You can see, so in the back line there, Proctor and Roche are kind of calling out the switches on the weave action there by Wake. Sal is going to put this up over Proctor, and that's 11 points, 26 apiece here, as Wake Forest doesn't seem to want to miss. They bring the double team up high, and now we get a cross court over there to Blakes, who's in the game for Duke at the moment. Filipowski has 10 seconds to make something happen. Is wide open out here. Is Blakes going to go? Oh my God, that was an air ball. So there's a reason Blakes is wide open. It's because he's not the person you want taking the 3. He just jacks an air ball. That is, oh boy. Cat Fan says, cool thumbnail. Thank you. I still can't get the one I want for Wake Forest. But I got closer this time. This was my backup plan. This was plan B. I feel like this kind of thumbnail is the one I should use for something like Stanford. But it's fine. We will keep working on the more complex idea. The AI is struggling on my on my slightly more complex concepts, but it's okay. Oh, wait for ChatGPT's 5. There's Filipowski out across to Foster. Swing pass out to Roach. Roach, another pass out to Proctor. Great ball movement here for Duke. It results in nothing, however. It did hit the rim, and now Filipowski, yes, gets the friendly roll. Offensive rebound by who? By Roach. Kind of interesting interesting there. The little guy on the weak side gets to bring it down. 4:27 to go. Next whistle in a few, actually. Oh, yeah, actually, that's a silly foul by Mitchell, who rotated over late. So that's the second foul on Mitchell. So the foul trouble seems to be going the direction of Duke today. Flip is playing well today. He's only got one foul, actually, Kat is saying. So Carson going to answer the question. So partially to Duke and the Gothic architecture. Charlottesville is pretty gorgeous, but I would say UNC is probably the nicest. Oh, interesting. All right, so there you go. Yeah, the Duke aesthetic is rather unique, right? It's the Princeton of the South, as they call it. So yeah, Flip for us is 8 points there, only one foul, so he's keeping himself in the game, which is a good thing. You got both Ryan Young with 2 and Mark Mitchell with 2. So I think we're going to see some Sean Stewart here, and here he is, actually. Sean Stewart in the game out of necessity as the bigs are getting themselves into foul trouble. Duke definitely has the cool jerseys. Yeah, as Wake Forest isn't actually playing in white. No, it's not Harvard. It's Princeton. Nice shot there by Caleb Foster. It was modeled off of Princeton. That's what they told me on the tour. And this, of course, this was how many years ago now? 16 years ago. But I'm pretty sure I remember that part from the tour. 16, 17 years ago now. Miller over to Carr. Carr is going to put up 3 here as we get back to the game. And the rebound for Roach. So Foster with 2 3-pointers. He's actually managed to get up 8 points. Ties Filipowski for the team lead. Wake really bringing the double teams up top for the guards, and Foster's going to go for 3 again. That one's just long. Stewart can't come down with the offensive board, and Wake Forest out in transition again. And actually, it looks like Proctor gets hit in the head. They're going to call Proctor for that foul instead, and they're going to go Boopy Miller to the free throw line for a 1-and-1, but of course, Wake Forest hits it at 80%, so okay. So, let me replay that. What? He didn't actually hit. Proctor in the face. Proctor had his arm out there. All right, 31-28. Is it exactly what we thought was going to happen? The scoring has the game has opened up a little bit. However, so let's see. Duke based off of. Let me see if I can prove it. Where is it? It says Duke takes cues from the likes of Oxford, Cambridge, and Princeton, as interpreted by noted architect Julian Abel, who also designed a library at Harvard. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Princeton. Yeah, so yeah, that was the thing. The story, like the myth or the story or whatever, is supposed to be that the Duke family tried to buy Princeton and they got told to kick rocks. And so they went and built their own university in the South. Whether that's true or not, I suppose it was. Now, they stated it as true back in the day. Who knows what the crazy woke culture has since debunked that or not. But that was what was taught to me back in. That's what I learned when I went to school. So there you go. That should have been technical or flagrant. I mean, at full speed, it did kind of look like that. The replay is less damning, though. It does look like he kind of gives like a shove. Remember how during some of the tours, the secret societies would come and carry somebody away? Actually, now that you mention it, I do kind of remember that. Like there's some gamesmanship going on with that one. All right. I think my Ducat is a 90s dude. He's got, well, you got the Ducat from the 90s, man. It's going back in style. I like it. All right, so Duke by 3 with a 1-1 for Boopy Miller here. And the 80+% shooting. So this is like free points, man. Oh, look, an attendance record for a Duke game. Who would have thought? Duh. Duke shows up. Everyone else, unless it's Virginia Tech, in which case they kind of just like didn't do anything this season. I'm still very disappointed about that Virginia Tech game, that it wasn't more interesting. But what can you do? Maybe next year we'll try again. Only 1 of 2 for Miller at the free throw line here. And then Wake Forest double teaming again. Nice cross-court pass to Proctor, who's wide open. One of the greatest growth areas in this season for Filipowski has been his passing. Right on display right there. Sensational cross-court pass off the Wake Forest double team to find a wide open Proctor, who Duke is finally hitting wide open three-pointers. Salas, on the other hand, comes in and responds with a 3 of his own. My goodness. The two teams exchanging three-pointers here. 2 points is still the margin. Miami game made me very happy. We beat, Miami wasn't at full strength, but we beat them down the way we should have. So there you go. We did not play down to the level of the competition, is a better way of saying it. So well done by our guys in the Miami game. Salas didn't even get hit. Come on, that's an acting job. Get up. Duke and Wake shooting a blistering percentage from beyond the arc. Actually, Filipowski at the free throw line, I kind of missed that this was a shooting foul. Okay. The Filipowski roller coaster at the free throw line. He makes the first. And he actually makes them both. He's got 10. So finds himself in double figures after those, and Duke by 4. I do like the blue uniforms today. They kind of pop. The blue kind of pops today on the uniforms. I like it. Duke with the double team of Salas at the top. Here to Afton Reed at the right at the free throw line. It's Ryan Young on Reed, and Young is going to be called for a foul, which is terrible news because that is his 3rd, and all of those, of course, coming in the first half. So that's not good. What do you think of the Wake Forest? Oh, Cat Fan, you might have been a little late to the show. I was complaining about this earlier, that it was like hard to look at because of the tiles that like go in opposite directions. I was like, did it really cost you that much to just like make everything directionally go in the same way? Like, God. Or like maybe you could have like made the things go like all horizontal on the left and all vertical on the right or something, but like having them alternating is just like, it's kind of mesmerizing in a bad way. As Wake Forest misses the free throw, so that's interesting. Foster being just hounded at the top by Miller, and he can't do anything. Oh my goodness. Oh, Proctor almost had the full away jump shot there. Wow, the defense by Wake Forest on that possession, we just could not get anything going. Would have been better if the tiles were different colors. Jesus. Could you imagine? That'd be crazy. Get like Boise State with a blue football field or something. Hildreth, no. Offensive board, Wake Forest, yes. First points for Carr. Timeout. Yeah, timeout here. It's a good timeout. Timeout here. I'm trying to think. You could go 2 for 1, sort of. The Hornets do it best. Let's see. Plus the Wake jerseys are the color of the court. It's like they're in the jungle. They're like chameleons, man. They're blending in. Charlotte Hornets court. Wait, what? Like, oh, like this one. This is what you're saying. Hold on. This? But this is different. This is different. This makes sense. This is a honeycomb. Like, these are hexagons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these are hexagons. They're supposed to represent, like, the beehive. Like, thematically, that makes total sense. I don't know what... This Wake Forest one is just like, you're just trying to be different. Like, okay. Proctor wide open for 3. Short, actually. McCain trying to go for the offensive board. He actually does get it! Oh, and he's going to get fouled! Off the fingertips of Wake Forest. The hustle by McCain, though. No, so I understand the Charlotte, like, why the Charlotte ones are the way they are. Like, that makes sense to me. This Wake Forest one is just like, no. I think, Carson, I wonder if it's the Wake Forest, they do that so that they're just like, hey, maybe the other team won't see us and they'll just forget about us. Because we were saying earlier, like, Wake Forest isn't actually, they're home, but they're not in white jerseys, which is kind of weird. But, like, okay, like, McCain hits both. And so that's 5 points for him. And Duke by 4. We will have, if the way that the clock goes at the moment, we will have the last possession. The Jazz ones looks like a college basketball arena. Okay, we'll take a look at that one. Salas is going to shoot 3. That's short, actually. Big defensive, board by Filipowski. Is to be the white jerseys in Miami. Yeah, that was weird. It's like, it's our second home court. Apparently, we love the state of Florida. Shot clock only off by 1 second. So this will be the final possession here of the half, and Duke will have it. So Filipowski is going to shoot for 3. That's way short, actually. It's an air ball, and it's actually going to be out of bounds on Duke. So that's all of Filipowski's 3-point allowance. He missed all 3 of them. That last one was the worst of all. We just did not get anything going to the rim. It actually gives Wake Forest the final possession here with 5 seconds. We better stop ball, boys. Stop ball. Oh, my God. Jalen Blakes, man. Hildreth was literally supposed, like, he was going to put up a prayer of a 3-point shot. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? What a boneheaded play. This is a free 2 points, man. I don't understand that. It's a double bonus, too. I mean, he hits them both. Like, of course. You get 0.8 seconds. Like, you don't... No. Foster sends this one into the front row. So it's 38-36. Like, that was dumb. Orlando, you've got power. Welcome back, Orlando. Okay. We've made it to halftime. Pretty much exactly where we thought we would be. 38-36. In a 2-point game. Like, in an even game. Like, okay. No surprises here. So, that's where it is. Let's take a look at the stats and see what we can glean from that. I mean, look, we're playing well. We're playing well. No lie here. We're playing well. Carson looking for the SNL tonight. All right, Duke, 38-36. I gotta turn my sound down for a sec. I don't want Seth Greenberg in my ears at the moment. Tell me if you like the inside of Long Beach State's Pyramid Stadium. What is that? Long Beach State Pyramid Stadium. Whoa, what? With women's volleyball? That's cool. The Walter Pyramid. Huh. Oh, inside it looks normal, but the outside... What was it? This is the Utah Jazz Court? Is the other one that we were supposed to look at? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, God, this is hard to look at. Really? This is this purple thing? Oh, my goodness. This is hard to look at, friends. I do like that they have like an NBA like trophy kind of thing coming out of this, and it's like this one also. Okay, so this one has like these two colors going on. Wow, they definitely go a little crazy there. All right, whew, that's their season tournament. Oh, talking about the arena. Wait. It looks like a college basketball arena. Let's see. Like this? The Delta Center? Maybe because it's really old. Ooh, there's a monster truck rally. That's cool. Is the in-season one. Okay. Shane, I get Flip can make threes. I wish he would dial down the attempts. Shane, we've given him 3. His allowance is 3. He's taken all 3. He has... That's it. That was the allowance, kid. Mom and Dad are taking the 3-point shot away from you in the second half because you missed all 3 of them. Yeah. That's the... We had the pyramid one. Where's the pyramid? Here's the pyramid. No, where's the pyramid? There. This one? It looks very low. I guess this is like actually something like what, 20 feet or something probably. Whoops. It's a volleyball stadium. Sort of bizarre looking. I mean, I'm here for it. Like, it's cool. Oh, I see. It's like, it's good. The entrance is like over here. Oh, you can't actually walk over there. Okay. Roach needs more threes. Roach went to the bench earlier with 2 fouls. He actually didn't play that much. Yeah, there's the inside. Interesting. All right, let's get into the stats here for a second, though. Let's actually do like a little recap. So Duke, no field goals in the last 3 minutes. Rip. All right, 48-52. His games where he has money, those are very spread out. Probably the best thing would be for him to come back one more year and work on his 3-point shooting. Man, he does like a Luke Kennard to come back and like work on his shooting, but Luke Kennard did that as a sophomore. In any case, 48-52 here. Again, the top two shooting teams in the ACC, and it's showing as Duke and Wake Forest both hitting 13 shots there. Duke a little bit better from 3, 36% to 33. And actually, Wake Forest shooting well below its season average in free throws. They're only 6 of 9. Thankfully for us, they're usually at 80%, which would have been a little bit closer there. I guess one more would have gotten there. Both teams have turned the ball over 4 times, and Duke only really turned the ball over about 9.5 times per game. So the turnover story is good. His turnover is right where it needs to be. By both teams actually have played a relatively clean game here. A lot of those turnovers came in the opening 10-minute stint as well, I feel like, especially down the stretch, a lot fewer turnovers by the teams. So really nothing to worry there. And, Duke has scored 5 points off the Wake turnovers. Wake has scored 4 points off the Duke turnovers. It's pretty much even back and forth between that. But right now, Duke winning the rebounding margin, which is important. So despite the fact, we talked about in the first game how the foul trouble had Reed and Carr really sitting on the bench for the majority of that game. Wake Forest has not had foul trouble in this particular game, but we are still winning the rebounding margin, +4 there, so that's good. Duke playing clean is kind of a surprise, especially that being their big weakness. Well, I feel like it's bizarre because we only our average is 9.5 turnovers per game, but when you're in the middle of the games and kind of watching them, it definitely feels like more. So it's actually not really that much of a weakness. But for some reason, I'm kind of with you. When you're watching the game itself, you're just like, wow. It feels like we do turn the ball over a good amount of times. Points in the paint right now in the favor of Duke as well, 12-8, and Duke with 7 assists and Wake Forest with 5. So Duke assisting on about half of all baskets at the moment. Leading the Blue Devils is Filipowski with 10. He's 4 of 7 from the floor at the moment, although the only 3 misses that he has were all 3-pointers. He said there's only 2 free throws. He's also brought in 5 rebounds so far to lead Duke there. The other leading rebounders are tied with 3, both Foster, McCain, and Roach tied with 3 rebounds apiece. Filipowski playing 18 minutes there of that game. He only came out for a short stint at about the 13:30 mark of the game and then came right back in after the under-12 timeout. Roach, however, only played 8 minutes. As we mentioned earlier, he had the 2 fouls early on and then went to the bench, and so his time on the court was actually rather limited. I do expect to see him play probably the entirety of the second half, however. So I would, chat was saying Roach needs more 3-pointers, needs more shots. He's only taken 2 shots, that's it. So I think chat's got it right here. We probably do want to see more shots from Roach. Although Proctor came in off the bench and played pretty well, actually. I thought his game in the first half was really good. 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, actually being matched by Caleb Foster, who's 3 of 5 and 2 of from the field and 2 of 4 from 3. So both of those guys with 8 points. That's a great contribution there. I know if Foster and Proctor get up, another 6 points for each, maybe another 2 3-pointers for each of those guys in the second half, puts you at 14 apiece. That's significant. McCain a little quiet, probably because he's being, after the Wake Forest game, I feel like the secret is out. And everybody's okay, this kid can shoot, so we kind of need to defend him. No leaving Jared McCain wide open anymore. Can't happen. That's he has 5 right now. I mean, if we flip back to the box score against Miami, he had 7. So it wasn't. I guess you can't put up 35 night in, night out, but what are you going to do? I would like to see McCain take a bit more, be a bit more aggressive. There's only 1 of 4, so. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. Actually, the one that we definitely need is Mitchell. Mitchell only has 3 points. He got it on an and one, actually. Actually, no, he missed that free throw. It's he's taking two. He's taking 2 shots here. So now Roach and Proctor are the new shooters. I mean, well, Roach has been shooting the 3-point ball well all season, actually. He was always around 40 to 45% shooting 3. He's been our most consistent 3-point shooter throughout the season. Duke has just had this problem of consistently missing open 3-point looks. And now we've transitioned to consistently hitting open 3-point looks, which is why these scores have gone up considerably. I do feel like the chances of Flip, Proctor, and Mitchell returning for their junior season is more likely than when they returned for their sophomore season, says Shane. Interesting take here. Hoping NIL helps us retain McCain. It would definitely be a very crowded lineup, right? Because you got Cooper Flagg coming in. Although you have, you know for a fact that Ryan Young is done after this season, right? Like he transferred, he used his COVID year, he used his extra eligibility. Like Ryan Young is out of eligibility, so that's done. So you could bring in Cooper for that one. But then like I don't know. I mean you have a roster, like at some point you need some sort of turnover in the roster, even just a bit, right? Because you only have so many spots. We basically play like 6 or 7 guys. I think Proctor would come back. That'd be really good. Yeah, Ryan Young is 34. I don't think he's actually 34. But that's kind of funny. If he was 34, he'd be older than I am, which is like not. Yeah, no. I don't think so. But anyway, welcome in everybody. Happy Saturday. As we are at the halftime, Duke Wake Forest, 38-36. We knew this was going to be a tough game. This is probably going to go down to the wire. Probably going to come down in the last 4 minutes. What will be important to see how Duke comes out here of the locker room in the first 4 minutes of this half. Right, I expect Wake Forest to come out of the locker room strong here. Duke is going to need a big answer, an emphatic answer, or the ability to just really sort of assert itself. We went the last 3 minutes of that first half scoreless, not scoreless. We didn't make a bucket. So scoreless from the field. We hit some free throws, yeah. Am I thinking about staying on for UNC and Virginia? I am not. So, I mean, I will watch probably the second half of the UNC Virginia game, but I have to go take care of errands. I, for example, have not done my weekly groceries that I was supposed to do in the morning. And so I will go do that. I will then make myself a nice salad for lunch and watch the second half of the UNC Virginia game. But I'm not going to broadcast it or anything. I would like to just stick to Duke and call it that. I mean, it'd just be kind of weird to we're somehow like cheering for Virginia against UNC. I don't know. It feels too negative. Not that obviously we should all hate UNC and all want them to lose, but I don't need to spend my time espousing negativity online. I enjoy the position of being able to root for our Duke team, and and channel the positivity for that particular group. And I think we'll leave it at that. I expect Stuart Reeves' power and shoot to transfer. Says Shane, we shall see, but that feels inevitable. So that's sort of interesting. It's also kind of sad though, because it's essentially you have what essentially is happening here, Shane, is that you're recruiting these top talent guys, and then they're not actually able to play, right? Like they're spending their first couple of seasons of college ball where they might be starters at another school, just riding the bench for Duke, and it almost seems like you should be doing less recruit. If you know your guys are going to stay, you should be recruiting less. But that's also very hard because you don't really understand, because you're so used to this one and done way of college, and now it's completely changed, right? So And now you can actually recruit from the senior class as well, which is what Wake Forest itself has gone and done, right? Salas transfer from Virginia, Reed a transfer as well. Like Wake Forest, a lot of Wake Forest's firepower here is coming from recruiting at the tail end of folks who have been in college for 4 years. I generally cheer for UNC unless they're playing against us. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's good for the rivalry in the division. I mean, the Duke-UNC rivalry is like the cornerstone of the ACC. Let's be real. But I think Proctor being a nice 3-point shooter will help the next Duke team. I mean, also like just Proctor playing Proctor getting back to the being the dominant point guard, I think is also important. We talked a lot about in his rookie season between him and Roach, like who's really the point guard for Duke. We sort of towards the end of last season settled that it was Proctor, really as the one being the point guard. I mean his assist numbers and the way that he contributes to the game is certainly very impactful, even if he's not scoring 20 points a night. But Jeremy Roach is like going off and scoring 20 points a night, right? But that's not what Proctor does. Proctor gets other people open, finds some shots, gets the assists. Some people argue a point guard next season could be better. It could be Foster. Interesting. That was kind of the hope coming in, right? Was that you had this like true point guard in Caleb Foster. But like, I think it's just been a little slower to develop. I mean, now it's like, does Roach have a 5th year possibly? Does he? Can he take a COVID year? Oh my God, that would be too funny. I hate the stupid COVID years, man. It's like, it's not like you didn't play. Like, basketball was still played. There just weren't fans. But like, that's not the point, right? Like, it could. I mean, maybe. Let me make sure we're just good on the foul situation here. We got to reset the little box score. Monsanto, Friedrichsen, and Reed. Okay, that's 1. So, again, 10-5. Reset the fouls. Flip this over to the second. And here we go. So Wake going to start with the ball. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks again so much for jumping in with us here this afternoon as we get set for the second half of action. As Duke and Wake Forest, Duke currently ahead by 2, 38-36, and Wake Forest with the ball here, and there's Carr working on Mitchell, looking for opportunity, and Carr, very patient on that particular possession, does go up and over Mitchell for the bucket, 38 all. Let's see how our Blue Devils come out here in the second half. It'll be really important to really set the tone here and not get ourselves run out of the gym. We knew this game was going to go down to the wire. Here's Roach, who played sparingly there in the first half, and Roach with the right hand is going to connect. And so that's very nice to see Roach get himself back in the game here as we resume play. Right, only 8 minutes in that first half. I expect all 20 from Roach here in the second. Foul's not going to be an issue. Just going to run them until you foul out. And once again, it's Carr and Mitchell, and then Filipowski brings the help defense there on the baseline, and Salas is open for 3, and Salas rattles one home, and that's 17. He's right at his average, but of course, he's probably going to go for 25 because Duke showed up, so like, there you go. And Wake Forest takes the lead there, 41-40. Filipowski down low on the pass from Foster, now backing down Reed. And it should be a foul on Reed because like Reed has got both feet in the restricted area. Like, yeah, second foul there on Reed. So Roach, I don't know why Roach leaves Salas. Like between Roach and Proctor, like nobody should leave Salas for the rest of the game, man. Like if you're gonna switch, you switch between those two players, but like otherwise you just like don't. Like Duke has 15 seconds here off the baseline inbounds, and we've kind of reset the offense at the top. There's the screen by Filipowski. They were looking for the pick and roll, but couldn't do it. Turnaround jump shot by Roach is good, and Filipowski with a little putback there. That was really close to an offensive goaltend, but they let it go. So I guess technically a rebound and a bucket. And Filipowski's got 12. Duke retakes the lead, 42-41. So we bring the hedge at the top on Salas, and Andrew Carr is going to drive baseline. Filipowski recovers nicely for the help, and now it's one-on-one, and then Mitchell. And Mitchell is just getting worked right now down low by Carr, as Carr's got 4 points on Mitchell here in the second half. Really tough play by both these teams, actually. I don't know. I feel like maybe we should try Filipowski on Carr instead. Roach putting it on the deck. He's got all 4 of the Duke points. No, actually, Filipowski's got other Duke points. And Filipowski and Reed again. Filipowski, turnaround jump shot. He's hit that one before. Mitchell with the offensive board. And Mitchell will get fouled as he tries to put in the offensive rebound. And I think they're going to give it to Carr. That'll be his 3rd if they do. And Mitchell will go to the free throw line where he's 1 of 2. Yeah, 1 of 2. So Mitchell here. We're going to lose a game in March because of the free throw line, chat. It's that bad. It's that bad. Our front court just can't hit free throws. Unless your name is Proctor, Proctor, Roach, McCain, or Foster. I don't want to see it, man. It's not good. It was 1 of 2 again. All knotted up at 43. Actually, 8 of 11 from the line, which is not as bad as like... But the misses are all Mark Mitchell misses. As we go, Miller. Salas is going to go for 3. Salas hits it again. And he's got 20. Because, of course, he does. Salas is just going to get his. We need to acknowledge this as just the state of the world and move on, right? Like, okay, it seems like the strategy is let Salas, fine, get his, but like somebody else is going to have to step up and beat us. Or Wake Forest is going to play really good defense and we're going to lose. 6 seconds rather, 4 seconds. Roach is going to put 3, and Roach comes back and nails it! Roach! As we're tied at 46 again! Can somebody please guard Salas, man? I mean, if it wasn't for him, like, Wake Forest would be in such trouble. The defense is the 3-point defense has not been good. Here's Reed from the top of the key. Oh, he gets the soft roller to go. Sorry, from the free throw line, I should have said. It's a 2. It's a 2. 46 to 48. We're going to have to beat everybody with offense. I feel like at some point, we seemed like a better defensive team last season, but we are in the top 3 in the ACC in defense, actually. Foster gets himself caught on the baseline, and it's actually a turnover as Salas is going the other way with it here. Over to Miller. Reed is really calling for it down low. They finally get it to him, and it's 1-on-1 against Filipowski here. Mitchell going to try to help. No, Salas is wide open as the defense has scuffed it again. What? Why? How do you let off this dude? Filipowski does not need help against Efton Reed, guys, okay? Like, what? Are we gonna, is this gonna it is gonna let me do it. Thank you. All right. What is happening to this Duke defense right here? Rewind this, please, okay? We're gonna go to the replay. I mean, this setup just... What? There's like nobody within 12 feet of the dude, and he's lighting us up for 23! And like, Mitchell is trying to double team Reed when he should be on Carr. I mean, he's getting worked by Carr all game, by the way. That's not a great matchup. But, like, you should allow McCain to get out here. Salas has been calling for this for the last 5 seconds, and Duke hasn't responded defensively at all. Like, This happened in the last play. Of course he's wide open. Roach looks over and he's like, why? He's like, what? There's nobody there. And he can't believe it. I can't believe it either. Like, there's clearly something wrong. Like, that just doesn't work. Oh my goodness. Derek Lively was the defense last year. That's true. Derek Lively definitely was the defense. They do not have an attention span for 30 seconds of defense. Yeah, they have the TikTok attention span. It's 4 seconds. That's it. That's all you get. But this is the similar play to the one before where he gets... no, I don't want Notre Dame and Syracuse. What? Oh my goodness. Did you just screw... What? I don't know what my YouTube TV just did, folks. It just, like, reset itself on me. I was trying to get the replay of the previous. The Salas one where he was 48? 49... 51... Anyway, I guess I don't have the other replay. In any case, yeah. It's just a Wake Forest run. Come down. Duke will reel them back in. I hope so. I mean, it's just not great, right? Like, we did say it was like super important. The first like 4 minutes of the second half were going to be super important, either like to kind of shift momentum, either Duke or Wake Forest's way, because the first half was really even, right? We had like just this sort of back and forth game, and the two teams never really separated from one another. I think the biggest lead Duke had at any given time was like 5. It's like 5 points, and so like. But like this is the recipe to beat Duke, right? This is like you have one guy, just like go out, like look at the Blake Hinson recipe for beating Duke, right? The dude hit like 8 threes. Like it's just like now Salas is like 5. I mean, Salas had 20 points in the first game we played at Cameron. I did like just defensively, it just hasn't been good here in the second half. So anyway, we'll resume play here as we come out of the under 16 timeout. And nice feed. Oh my goodness, Ryan Young left it at the rim. Oh, but he's going to get fouled. He will get to the free throw line. Wow, that's a bailout, folks. I'm thinking past this game, come tourney, Duke got to shoot 40% from 3 to go to the Final Four. I mean, maybe. Salas can't stay this hot forever, plus McCain will heat up at some point. Shane, I hope you're right. McCain right now sitting at 5 points. I would like to see him get some more shots. We did want to see more shots for Jeremy Roach. We've seen them here in the second half. No rim protection and no perimeter defense. I mean, let's not panic just yet. Like, as Shane says, we're only down 5. Ryan Young's going to go to the free throw line. He can get 2 points there. We'd be down 3. It's like a 3-point game. We'll be okay. I really don't want to watch Wake Forest storm the court. Classless fans. I think even that might be one thing that UNC and Duke fans can agree on. They go to like either NC State or Wake Forest and they lose a game there and they have the opposing team's fans storm the court. It's like so cringe. I mean, we don't storm the court when we beat them. Master, also known as Teddy, welcome in. We're doing okay. The last couple minutes haven't been great, but we played a good first half. The second half hasn't been as good. He says, I like Forbes as a coach. Well, I mean, he's been good for Wake, right? He's been good for Wake. Let me see if I can pronounce this. Taarka says they like Forbes as a coach. It's called We Can't Guard Salas, and he knows it. I mean, Filipowski right now with 12 is kind of and nobody else on Wake Forest has like Miller's got 11, and then below that is like 6. Like Carr has 6, Reed has 6, 2 for Marsh, 2 for Hildreth. Like it's the guard show at the moment, which actually is very odd because our guards are supposed to be our best defenders. Between Roach and Proctor, like, look, these are the guys that held the ACC's top scorer in RJ Davis to 12 points in that Duke UNC game before he went off to then he scored. He ended the game with 17, but he scored 5 free throws at the end when we were fouling. It was 12 points. He averages 20, 21, 23, between 21 and 23 points a game, and then we let these these other little guards here from these mid-level teams, these literally these mid teams, just go off on us. It just makes no sense. Hey buddy, you're awake. Hey, you want to come up and watch the game? You want to come up and watch the game? This is Ryan Young's going to take free throws here. Oh my goodness, as he misses the first. Come on, watch the game. Oh, there we go. Good point. And Ryan Young goes 1 and 2 as the pup has joined the stream, everybody. Everybody say hi. There we go. As, Ash has joined the stream here for us as it's a 4-point game. He's going to bring us the good luck we need. He's a huge Duke fan, by the way. See? There you go. Mark Few kept him on the bench, which is why he left. Yeah, well, but I think the comment was more directed as Gonzaga right now is one of the last 4 teams in, right? They have not had the best of seasons, and here you have Hunter Salas going off for Wake Forest. Basically, they're oh, we could have used him. Yes, he's an Aussie Labradoodle. Yeah, Proctor wide open for 3, going to take this one. He's been hitting them in the first half. He hits them in the second here. Tyrese Proctor with 11. Careful the pup doesn't replace you. I mean, he might, right? You could give him headphones too. He already has replaced me in the bed. He takes up 3/4 of the bed, man. It's crazy. He pushes me off into a corner. I only get a quarter of the right side of the bed. He just stretches out at night. Carr here, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Ooh, this turnaround jump shot as Andrew Carr gets 2. That's a good offense there. 53-50 here. My little dog wears a Duke jersey. I should get him a Duke jersey. They had a sale on Duke Duke gear for dogs the other day, but it was still mad expensive. It's $30+ I was really? I was looking for something maybe in the 20s. Here, Filipowski is going to go for 3 off the swing pass for McCain, and that is no good. Offensive board Duke, no. Defensive board Wake Forest here. And McCain, the steal as Hildreth goes off. And now this little bounce pass here, and it's going to go to Proctor. Get it outside to Roach. We tried to make it happen, but Wake Forest got back in transition. Proctor again for 3, and he drills that one in front of the Duke bench. Proctor has hit his last 2 3-pointers, and we got 14. Let's go to, oh my God, we almost had the Louisville behind the back pass there between McCain and Proctor. I thought it was coming, and it did not, they didn't quite execute it, but we get the 3 anyway. And that's going to be a turnover for Wake Forest again as Ryan Young picks it off. So 2 straight turnovers here for the Demon Deacons. Duke with an opportunity to capitalize. Is Roach going to put up 3? No, he's going to give it to Proctor. Now over to Young, which is kind of odd. We're not really into the whole isolate Ryan Young in the paint play. And here's Proctor. Is he going to do it again? Not quite. Filipowski going to come up with the offensive board. He's going to be out of bounds as he tried to save it. The Wake Forest fans trying to say something to Filipowski there in the front row. Yo, the McCain effort on this steal as he sends Hildreth off to Narnia over there. Just creating opportunities. We said at the top of the show we needed to have a big game from Proctor because he's kind of been, you know, point production has been down kind of late, but like this is the one where he could like really have a big impact. 14 points so far. He's leading Duke in the point category. And his Carr, oh, that's not a foul, man. That is completely offense initiated. They're gonna call Filipowski for his second, but I think Carr. I don't know about that. I thought the defense by Filipowski is actually pretty good. Yeah. Flip showing the right kind of positive emotion in the huddle there. We had seen a lot of negative body language from him earlier in the season, but he's been really good here of late. I don't know, something changed in the middle of the season, man, but it's been for the better, actually, as Andrew Carr at the free throw line, and he misses the first. Buddy, you can't put your head there. Here, put your head over here. Andrew Carr makes 1 out of 2. You're going to flip the laptop over, buddy. I got all my stats on the laptop over here. You're just going to, like, eat it. All right, so 1 of 2 at the line gives Wake Forest the 1-point lead. The little pick and roll bounce pass there. And now it's Roach, and Roach is going to take the mid-range shot. He's made that one his. And that is 9 points for Roach as Duke retakes the lead. So back and forth we go. Come on, down. Down you go, buddy. Good boy. And here's Salas being guarded by McCain at the moment. He's been quiet since he went off. And there's a slight double team. And now McCain on Salas. Salas trying to go up and under. And McCain gets the better of it. So maybe that's the secret. Put McCain on Salas. McCain is going to step into the 3. Is this one? Yes, it is! Oh, Jared McCain from way downtown! Oh, Duke's got the 4-point edge! On both ends of the court, McCain with a defensive stop on Hunter Salas and then drills the 3-pointer. Look at this, look at this. Okay, we're going to go to the replay. No, we're not going to go to the replay. Yes, we are going to go to the replay. We're going to go to the replay. This is what I was saying earlier. We actually can do... So, this is a little change in the strategy. We get McCain here. Salas ain't got... He can't go baseline. McCain's still dogging him here. Vertical. Nicely done. He misses the shot. Good rebound there, and then McCain's just going to come in and step... Look, he's in NBA range! Drill it, buddy. Drill it! No, I have completely not figured out why the screen sometimes works and why it doesn't. I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, did I figure out what caused the screen sometimes cut off the scoreboard? Oh, that one I don't know either. No, I did not figure it out. But in any case, all right. We're looking good. Jared is Duke's best player. He might be, actually. Give me 1 sec, chat. Gotta get the pup a little treat. He might be trending in that direction, by the way. All right. 58-54. Duke on a run here as... 5 of the last 7 is the official stat, and Wake Forest no field goals in the last 2:42. So the attention span on defense has somehow picked up. We've sort of figured it out. Plays hard on the whole game on both offense and defense. Actually, and like you saw this earlier. You've seen this throughout the season, right? Because he's also one of our best rebounders, and he's a guard, like which is crazy, right? Like. All right. So where are we? I think I'm missing some fouls on the Wake Forest side. Hold on. So 2, 1. Oh, Reed has 3. That's the way it goes. 3 fouls this half. Why? Monsanto. Oh, Miller. Yeah. Okay, we're good. NC State is beating Boston College on the ACC Network. We still have to play NC State actually. That's a game we have not played. I have a really good idea for the thumbnail on that one. It's been a 6-point or fewer game the entire time. I mean, that's what we said it would be, right? I don't know why. We've known that that's the way this game is going to go, down to the wire. I am completely. I'm not surprised that this is like you have these like kind of swings going one way or the other. We have to play them. No, the game is. I'm pretty sure the game's at home. Oh no, the Virginia game is the one that's is at home. Yeah. We have to go to. Yeah, the game's in Raleigh. You're right. Yeah, the game's in Raleigh. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's back to it. Duke student in the middle of the student section is a brave. It's a brave student. It's a brave student. Wake Forest is a tournament team for sure. Be a nightmare 10 or 11 seed. Actually, they probably flare out in the first weekend. And oh, the goodness, we almost turned Salas over there. They're going to call Ryan Young with a foul. That's going to be his fourth, actually. They probably flare out in the first weekend because they're not playing a team with Duke on the front of its jersey. Yes, this Carson, the spread was 2.5 points in favor of Wake Forest. That is, that was the spread at the start of the game. 2.5, minus 2.5 Wake. Which made Duke technically an underdog. Duke is never an underdog, folks. All right. So Wake to reset here. Been 3 minutes without a field goal. After the spurt there by Salas actually was the one that keyed off the whole thing. And here's Hildreth. Hildreth, almost a carry, but Hildreth goes off glass and scores. So 2 points for Wake Forest there, 58-56. And as we get 11 minutes to go in the game. Proctor going right. Proctor's going to step back and take three. Oh, not quite there. He was hot. Kane's still the one defending Salas here. No switch. They get the ball down into Reed, get it to Carr, and Carr, okay, 4 points. 4 points the way at Wake Forest. It was a good timeout by Wake as they've come back and tied it. 58-58 here. Duke has missed a shot. Let's see, McCain. Are you trying to get this to Filipowski? No, it's just going to be McCain. Puts it up with the left hand. Ooh, the soft roll by Jared McCain. 10 points. But why no Stewart, especially with Young in foul trouble? Well, right now we're just playing... Well, you just have Mitchell and Filipowski, which is the two starters, right? So, like, I mean, you could play Stewart, but I don't know if you need to play Stewart as Wake goes over the top and Carr is having himself a second half, actually. He had 2 points in the first half and now has 13. So it's 11 for him in this second half as we are knotted up at 60. Back and forth we go. But yeah, if you need to give Mark Mitchell a break, you're bringing in Sean Stewart. Like, there's just no other way to do it, right? And Mitchell powers in, gets his own rebound and the bucket. So both teams going back and forth. We're trading buckets here in the last 3 possessions. I don't, like, we seem to have found an answer for Salas, which is Jared McCain. I don't know if we found an answer for Carr, although I think it should just be Filipowski on Carr, which is what it is right now, because Mitchell was getting housed. And so here's Salas, and we got under 5 seconds, and this is Proctor on him. Salas gets that one. That's just better offense. It wasn't bad D, but he's got 25, which is kind of where we said he was gonna be. All right, 62 all, 8:42. Nice little pick and roll here. Mitchell is going to shoot 3. The line drive, not a chance. I don't, Patty, that is, it's kind of a wasted possession there, honestly. Proctor on Salas now as we got McCain on Hildreth. Should probably switch that, honestly. Hildreth trying to feed Carr, and it's Carr on Mitchell. Carr has had the better of this matchup all second half. Could have called the foul there, but it gets it outside. Back to Hildreth. Hildreth, a hit from behind. And Hildreth will go to the free throw line as a bailout, man. There's 1.2 seconds on the shot clock left, man. Their crowd is, of course, their crowd is going wild. It's got a record attendance. Duke is in the house. Of course. And Hildreth gets the first of two, gives Wake Forest the lead back. That's the third foul on Filipowski here, 63-62. I'm not really concerned about the foul trouble, honestly, because we got 8 minutes and 15 seconds left. Like, yeah. So look, not like the Wake Forest side, they have not had foul trouble, right? So that again, we said at the beginning of the game, the differential, if any home court advantage might change the foul trouble situation a little bit. And so Filipowski downloads a great find by Mitchell, but Filipowski gets hacked by Marsh, and he will go to the free throw line. Really nice find there by Mitchell, and that's the under 8 timeout, actually. 7:59 to go. All right, there we go. Exactly where we thought we were going to be. 63-62. Wake Forest ahead by a point, with Filipowski going to the free throw line, where he has been good so far this game, actually. Filipowski is he's 2 of 2, which is better than about like the 50% he's been shooting. And Wake Forest has made all of its last 4 field goals. I have flip listed twice. I do have flip listed twice. I don't know why that's... What? Should be Ryan Young. Thank you, John Young, for the call out. Something got scuffed there. It's Flip's alter ego, also known as Ryan Young, who has he's absorbing all the fouls for Filipowski, actually. He's got the 4 fouls. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday here as we're going down the stretch with Duke and Wake Forest. By the way, if you haven't had a chance to hit the sub, or if you're new here, welcome in. We got all our regulars in the chat that have been with us throughout the game. Really appreciate everybody hanging around. So thank you, everybody. And if you're new, please consider giving the channel a sub so we can continue to grow the channel and share the positive Duke energy as we go into tournament time. We do all the games here on the channel. Did UNC play Virginia yet? No, they play right after us. Yeah, they're the next game. I thought they were going to play like the game simultaneously, but they don't. So, I mean, Duke's still taking care of the ball for the time being, right? Only 5 turnovers. Actually, Wake Forest with only 6 turnovers as well. So the 2 teams have played this very clean. Wake's shooting percentage, though, is much better than Duke's. 63% for Wake, although both teams have made a comparable number of shots. Wake at 24 of 38, Duke 22 of 43, so Duke has had just more shot volume. And right now, Duke with 9 from 22 from beyond the arc. Being paced by McCain has hit 2 of those. Proctor is hit 4 of 8 for 14 points, and Filipowski has 12 points, but he's 0 of 4. Foster has been quiet in the second half. He scored 8 points in the first. He hasn't scored at all here in the second half. But yeah, we need a bit more Roach here going down the stretch. These next 4 minutes are going to be critical here, folks. I mean, I think we've said that in sort of these multiple games that are close down the stretch, but certainly in the first Wake Forest game, this little 4-minute segment here turned out to be critical. We ended up opening like a 6 or 8 point lead at home, and then it kind of just, built on that, and we're able to close out the game. But we really have to see like who's winning the game here when we come out of this at the end of this little 4-minute segment. This is going to be really important as we go down the stretch. All right. Everybody knew this was going to be tough. Buckle up, everybody. Here we go. This is our chance to disappoint a bunch of Wake Forest fans who all think that they can finally, that they're going to be able to knock off Duke. Blue blood love from Alaska. Z Schmidt. Holy moly. That might be a first for us. We got somebody from Alaska. Welcome in, Z Schmidt. Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. Filipowski at the free throw line here. So far, so good. And he makes that one. So makes the first. 63 all. Let's see. We got to lock down defensively for the next 4 minutes. The Alaskan assassin. That's a good ring to it. If only we had a player from Alaska, man. That would be funny. We had a player from Australia, but no one from Alaska. Trey Langdon, really? Oh well, there you go. Master with the trivia. Love it. All right, so Filipowski made them both. And here's Miller looking for Salas, and Salas is going to break the in between two Blue Devils, and he will connect. He's got 27 there. Just basically everybody just give the ball to Hunter Salas and like let him take shots, because that's basically the way that this is going. 65-64. But yeah, you have to get McCain on. McCain has been the only one that's effective against Salas. Nice pass, Proctor. It's going to be short for Filipowski, and now Wake Forest is out in transition. This is Hildreth, and Roach steals it! No, but we didn't come up with it. Finish the steal! It should be out on Wake Forest. What? I don't understand how we don't come up with this steal. We let Hildreth just come up with, like, Roach. That's so brutal. The ball just bounces the way for Wake Forest. This should be Duke's ball. I don't understand why the refs gave it to... Yeah, okay. All right, so Roach ends up saving the basket there for us. All right. Proctor to Filipowski, who really wants that last possession back. Roach with the soft touch! Oh, Jeremy Roach, he's got 11. I feel like every time he puts that shot up, you're just like, it's gonna go. You're surprised when it doesn't at this point, right? Like, we're surprised when that shot doesn't go for Roach at this point. Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul by Proctor. He let Miller get off to the side of him there. That's a foul. Mid-range God. I mean, as Russman says, I need these Wake fans to quiet down. Huh. Somebody's going to have... One of our three-point shooters might oblige you there, Schmidt. Ultimate power move. Rocher flip slaps their court. Their court is ugly anyway. As Miller makes the first... 66 all. Two timeouts for each of these teams, by the way. Duke with the possession arrow. That's the sort of reset there as Miller makes both free throws. And 67-66. So the pressure on the Duke offense to continue the scoring here. And Filipowski now gives it up to Roach. Roach on Hildreth. Roach driving in. Roach and one as he gets all the way to the rim. I mean, the offense for Wake Forest is Salas. Just give it to Salas. The offense for Duke right now is give it to Jeremy Roach and just let him do his thing as he gets a backpedaling Andrew Carr to foul him. And it's going to turn into an and one. I mean, Roach has... We wanted to see more Roach in the second half. We've seen more Roach. It's so clutch. Chat, you are allowed to put the Roach emotes in chat now as we go. As Roach converts that one and he's got 14. This Wake team is the best they've had in some years, but they can't play any defense. Actually, defense has sort of been optional at times for both of these teams. I think we would argue, we were complaining earlier that Duke wasn't playing any defense. And now Salas being guarded by Roach. Here, that seems to work for the time being, and Ryan Young is going to foul out of the game. And as he hits Poopy Miller, what a stupid foul. I mean, there's two of these, like, really dumb fouls. There was the Jalen Blake's foul at the end of the half that was moronic. And then I don't know what he's doing there. The roach and the goat. I like it. I like it, Schmidt. I love it. But, Master, we're going the wrong way. They're drawing fouls against us. Actually, the foul situation is even for both these. Both teams have 5 fouls right now in the second half. Like, Ryan Young going to the bench here. He's out. There's a Sia from the other side. Ryan Young some days look like he knows what he's doing, but some days looks like he's lost on the court. He's more comfortable in the podcasting booth. Roach with 12 points here in the second half. We've talked about wanting to see more Roach, and the result of that, I said he would play the entire second half. I'm pretty sure he has. Mitchell almost swipes it away from Miller, as now Reed has it. And good ball denial by Roach as Wake can't get it to Salas. Carr for 3. Oh my goodness, Carr hits 3. Are you kidding? That is unexpected, actually. Gives Wake Forest a 1-point lead. All right, that was not on my bingo card as far as Andrew Carr hitting 3 from the corner there. Roach again. Roach tries to feed. No, it should be out on Wake. Roach should have just gone up with it, man. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it to Mitchell down low. He should have just taken the shot. Need to see more of TJ Stewart. That is that is an old it's an old Duke team there. So Wake by 1. Salas almost walks with it. Oh, Filipowski gonna... Wow. They're gonna call that on Filipowski? I don't know why Filipowski is out that far hedging on Salas. I am very not impressed. I was gonna say, Curtis, I was like, you're a couple Duke teams like behind in history here. Like that's DJ Stewart was at one time a Duke player. That's kind of funny. Careful flip. Oh! Mitchell comes down with the offensive rebound. Flip has to be very careful, man. They could have called that one. And actually, Filipowski gets busted lip here. Maybe he got hit in the mouth. We finally have pressure on Salas. Yeah, I mean, they just, like, left the best guard defenders, either McCain or Roach. Bunch of ticky-tack foul. I mean, the Ryan Young one was dumb. The Filipowski one was, yeah, that was a ticky-tack foul. But look, we said the foul trouble might go the other way for us here. I mean... In the first game, it was Carr and Reed that went to that fouled out of that game, right? In this game, the way that this is trending, you're going to have Young and Filipowski foul out of this game. Like, some very, very, yeah, there's your two Duke fans. Very, very courageous Duke fans down there. And now Filipowski with the ball. Nice feed down low, but it's intercepted, actually. 2 turnovers on back-to-back possessions after we had played the second half so clean. Duke just... One from Roach and one from Filipowski gives it back to Wake Forest, and Wake Forest with an opportunity. Duke's going to really need the defense here on this possession. Carr is a 2-3 zone from Duke. Hildreth for 3. Oh, backbreaker. That's really tough. Timeout. Timeout by Shire here. Damn. Well, we had to switch to zone to protect Filipowski's foul situation. And Hildreth they back-to-back 3-pointers by Wake Forest represent the last 6 points by Wake. One from Carr, one from Hildreth. So, like, not Salas. So we finally lock down Salas, and then the other guys start going off. Carson's saying it's okay, we're about to ruin their Saturday. It is only a 4-point game. I mean, we got the ball here. We go in and we score. We've really shot ourselves in the foot. Last 2 possessions, 2 straight turnovers here. Not a good way to, especially coming at this point late in the game, it is not a good way to try to finish this game out. It's really gone the other way. I mean, Wake Forest has capitalized off both of those turnovers. And basically, the 2 3-pointers have come off those turnovers, so that is, we are complicit here in our own demise at the moment. That is not where we want to be. One timeout left for Duke after this one. Well, we knew it was going to be tough. The first game ended up, what do we end up? 77-69, right? Yeah. We ended up 77-69 in the first game. So Wake has eclipsed that point total so far with still 4 minutes left. So defensively, it hasn't been there like it was in the game in Cameron. If Reeves didn't use them, we could have used them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, sort of questionable ones. Scoreboard, how many fouls does Flip? Oh yeah, Flip has 4. Flip's got 4. Neil Bekovich and Stanley Borden are not our answers. That is not it. That is not it. That is not it. What's up, buddy? Oh, you want attention? Well, there's a game going on right now, bud. All right. I'm not sure if that's the if that's going to count as the under 4 timeout or not. I hope so, based on the how late it is in the game. We have a Wake Forest fan in chat, everybody. So yeah, it has been a bit of a game of runs. I mean, Wake Forest here, 6-0 run, made 7 of the last 9. And then it kind of flips. Like, this happened before, and then Wake Forest didn't score for 4 minutes. And then we go back and forth around this, like, these games of runs here. All right, and here we go. So Proctor with the ball. Let's see what we have coming out of the timeout. Filipowski stays in the game for the time being, even with the 4. And McCain for 3. McCain with a huge 3-pointer! Out of the timeout, Jared McCain comes up with a huge clutch shot. Duke needs the stop right now. Back to the man-to-man. Proctor on Salas. This is the favorable matchup for Wake, but they don't give him the ball. They're actually trying to go to Hildreth here, and Duke trying to rotate. Should be a charge. Should be a charge! They're going to call Jeremy Roach with a foul instead. It's a 1-and-1. Duke fan section is louder than the Wake fans. I don't know about that. Hildreth here with the 1-and-1 makes the first. They call out the managers. They need to wipe it down underneath the basket where Roach went down. 3:35 to go. There will be no under 4 timeout. We've done it. That was it. We're going the distance here, chat. As Hildreth rattles the second one in. That one looked like it had second thoughts, but it goes down anyway. Wake by 3. The line was 2.5. Right now, they're right on the other side of that as Wake Forest, actually. Good defense by Hildreth on Roach, actually, as we almost give this one away And here's Proctor. He gives it to Filipowski. And we have 9 seconds to make it happen. We give it to McCain. Strong hedge there. Now Filipowski might shoot 3. Filipowski from 3. No, nothing there. Way off. He was wide open, but it was way off, man. This is such a danger spot in the game right now. 3 minutes to go. Wake by 3. And Filipowski missed it. Oh my goodness. If Wake puts a 3 here, that might be brutal for us. No 3-pointers. We can live with a 2. There we go to Hildreth here. Hildreth off to go. Oh my god, it's blocked by Mitchell. Wake with 4 seconds on the shot clock, actually. Hard to kind of... This might have been off Hildreth. I don't know. Oh. Wow. They get Carr on the cut. Wake by 5 with 2:30 to go. Brutal, man. They burned the entire clock, too. Oh, McCain could have gone right to the rim, actually, I thought. It should be a foul again. Is Roach? No. I should have been a foul on Hildreth over there. Roach really needed that one back. He's going to have to earn it at the free throw line here, but man, we need defense. I'm pulled over the side of the highway watching this score. I've been killed. The chat says killed over the side of the highway. I have a feeling that's not right. Boy, Duke really needs to steal. Like McCain, like a McCain steal here on this possession would be great. Fourth foul on Reed, actually. .218 to go, and Roach makes them both. 16 points here for Roach to lead Duke scorers. Duke bringing up with a press here on the Wake Forest guards, but they do get it over the timeline. And Wake Forest playing K-ball at the moment, just trying to burn some clock. They're kind of doing the strategy that we would do to them. And right now by 3, 8 seconds, and here's Hildreth. That's a charge. What? Is he standing in the restricted arc? Proctor is so set. What? What are they doing? This is not... Is this a Duke timeout? Are they reviewing the play? I'm not sure what, I just don't understand this. This should be... His foot is not in the restricted arc. I don't know what Chris Spatola is talking about. What? Okay, he's just calling it... Okay, the call's wrong, but fine. All right. As Hildreth connects there. We don't need a three-pointer here. We just need a bucket. We need to keep ourselves in the game. That is what we need to do right now. Yeah, Wake Forest is favored and would still storm the court. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. All right, down to Proctor. We got 19 seconds, but we can't really use the entire shot clock here. We gotta, like, you know, make it happen. Over to McCain. McCain? McCain is fouled. We can't get the and ones for us, man. We've been so close. Roach almost had the and one there on the previous possession. McCain almost had the and one here. Salas gets called for that one. Well, our guards are driving now as well, though. Like this McCain one, and the Roach one as McCain hits the free throw. But if they had been and ones, we would have had an extra 2 points. It would have been a 70. It could be a 78-79, right? It could be like a 1 point game. At some point, we might have to start fouling Wake Forest. The problem with fouling Wake Forest is that they're 80%. So like. As a team, so like who do you even foul? Like you just like automatically give them 2 points, and then you have to start like, you know, you need to stop. This is the possession right here. 90 seconds in the game, you're trailing by 3. If you mess this one up, if Wake Forest scores, you're gonna force into a foul situation to foul a 80% shooting team, and now we got a foul out on the floor, which is gonna turn into a 1-and-1. That's not what you wanted. Unless they somehow miss here. I mean, it's good clock management by Wake Forest. Like, they're doing what they need to do to close out the game, which is burn the clock down, drive, and then get to the foul line. That's literally the last 4 points from Wake Forest have all come from the foul line. They've been all from Cameron Hildreth, right? So it's the 1-and-1. Oh, he missed it! Okay. So that counts as a turnover. Is Duke gonna... Duke is not going to call a timeout. And that is the game, as Roach turns it over. That is so bad, man. That's it. That's it. It's over. Wow, we were gifted a free possession. And I can't believe, of all people... Roach turns the ball over. Wow. I thought we were going to call timeout. I thought Roach was dribbling it off to that side to call timeout. No. Interesting. There is Wake Forest tried to go fast. Oh my goodness, Filipowski really going to take a 3? Oh my god, he's going to make it! Wow, Wake Forest just thought that they wanted to put the nail in the coffin for Duke, but it results in a turnover. Okay, I'm sort of speechless on both sides here because they could have run 30 seconds off the clock. They try to go for this flashy alley-oop play, and Filipowski and they miss it. They scuff it completely, and Filipowski makes them pay for it. Wow. I am actually speechless. I don't, like, if you're Wake Forest, wow. Okay. That's our final timeout. Possession arrow to Duke, by the way. If we get a tie-up, Duke, if Wake Forest ends up in a tie-up here as a result of inbounding this play and Duke bringing a double team, the result is that Duke gets the ball. That's a Wake Forest turnover. Interesting. We've got Wake Forest fans in the chat here trying to will their team to victory. I don't know. It's not over. I thought that Roach turnover did us in. That Roach turnover seemingly did us in, but it actually got Wake Forest in such a spot that they thought that the game was over, and then they made a mental error. Let's see, chat. We knew this was going to be the tough game. We knew this was going to be down to the wire. Let's see. 81-79. Remember, we've had games late in the game where Jared McCain comes up with some really big steals. We want to deny the ball to Salas. Are they going to press up here? Or are we just going to play out the defense? They're going to play out the possession defensively. The game clock and the shot clock are off by 12 seconds. We're just going to play this out. And Salas has it right now, 10 seconds, and it's Carr on Mitchell. Carr has had the better of this the entire game. Carr one-on-one. Mitchell playing good defense here. Really good defense here. Really good by Carr. Short. All right. Duke, no timeouts. 8 seconds to go. 7, 6. Give it to McCain. We're not even going to get a shot off, man. Unbelievable. We're not even going to get the shot off! We're not even going to get the shot off. I can't... Just give it to McCain, for Christ's sake, man. Yeah, I'm with Spatola on this one. Like, you literally had Mark Mitchell play heroes defense. You had 11 seconds to make something happen. Your best option was Filipowski beyond the 3-point line? No, give it to McCain, man. Really bad. 3 turnovers in the last 4 minutes, man. Really bad. Really bad. Really bad. That's it. Really bad. Really bad late game execution. We blew it. We absolutely blew it. It's not like we didn't have opportunities. Of all people, I can't believe Roach ends up with a turnover there. You're down, you're down 2 points, 2 points. You're on a big possession. And then here, Tyrese Proctor, tries to get it to Filipowski and it results in a turnover. No, man. It's just really bad. You could get fouled on a 3-pointer. You didn't even need the 3-pointer to win, though. It's a 2-point game. You could just tie it. You could just tie it. You don't actually need to win it. But yeah, we're not going to get a shot off. We're just not even going to get a shot off. In late game situations, it feels like this happens with Duke all the time. We just don't even get the shot off. We don't even give ourselves a chance to win. Damn. I mean, there's actually anything you can do here, so. That's it. Oh, shit. Filipowski just got hit. Filipowski just got hit by a student rushing the court, and he is hurt. Oh, no. Filipowski just got hit. Filipowski just got hit. It looked like in the left leg. Or in the right leg. Oh my goodness. Wow, well, that really puts a damper on it. He looks like he's actually really hurt. That is not good. This is... Yeah, you see, like, that student, like, trips over him. Right here. Some dude just trips over him, and he turns around, and he's hurt on his right leg. That is, wow. Well, we should have won the game, and it would have been prevented, but, like, that is not good. That is not a good way to end this one. So, big question marks there. Hopefully he's okay, and, you know, it's just a scare rather than a serious injury. But we'll have to monitor that, I guess. Okay, that's a real damper on the thing. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, back at it on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday against Louisville. We get a game. Yeah, we get a game at home again. So we get Louisville and then UVA. We play those two games at home. Then we get NC State and then wrap it up with Carolina. So that'll be it. We'll have to keep track on the Carolina and Virginia game, and see which way that goes this afternoon. I suspect that neither, like, Carolina or Duke will have a clean clean slate until that final game, where the inevitable matchup for the ACC regular season. But UNC hasn't won at Virginia in 12 years. I actually did not know that. That is crazy. But in any case, all right, we're going to call it there. I got to go do errands. I got to have lunch and all that stuff. Yeah, really not a good scene there at the end with Filipowski getting hit in the right leg by one of the Wake Forest students storming the court. So clearly they could not, safety of the players should be paramount, and apparently it's not at places like Wake Forest, so he did not look okay. I mean, it didn't look intentional, but intentional or not, that is not the way you wanted that to end. Okay, we'll see you all on Wednesday, chat. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and hope you have managed to have a better weekend. Stay positive, everybody. We'll get back at it against Louisville, and for a nice get-well win at home in Cameron on Wednesday. All right, see you all on Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. Until then, stay safe, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, and go Duke. See ya.